Hello YouTube. It has been a very long time. Thank you so much to my 5,000 subscribers who together with your powers combined have summoned me from the underworld. Hi, I'm here to teach you how to make a candy pie. Look how freaking dapper I am, baby. This is gonna be you when you're done watching this video. Please comment below or message me on Instagram or Facebook if you need any help. Let's get this baby started, okay? You need some beads, guys. I got this bead kit at Walmart. It's super cool. It has pearlescent, pastel, and sparkle beads. I used the pearlescent ones for this tie, which is the first tie that I ever made. You need string. I got this string at Walmart too, but I threw away the box, so I don't remember what it is. But when I buy cord, like clear cord like this, I usually want to make sure that it's 0.7 or 0.8 millimeters, so it'll be nice and sturdy. You also need a ribbon. You need kind of like a skinny one, so it'll fit through the pony beads. You also need scissors. Hi, I forgot to tell you, this video is sponsored by me. Check out my Etsy store in the description. Thank you. You want to take your string, get yourself a piece that's like I like to hold this end in one arm and this end in the other arm and just stretch my arms out. And then just cut the piece off. It's pretty long. And you are definitely going to need to add a lot of string during this tutorial. So there is a video on my channel for that. So this video is going to be in the description to tell you how to add the string, okay? So I'm going to show you guys how to make the tie diagonally striped. This stitch we're using for this one is the odd peyote stitch. So this tie is 9 beads wide, as you can see. So we're going to make a little strip that's 9 beads wide and then build till it's long enough. So firstly you want to fold your string in half and have your two ends next to each other. This is how I hold mine. Now I'm going to put a red bead on one of the strings, and then I'm going to put an orange bead on the other one. Because everything has to be rainbow in my world. So I've got a red and orange. Now I'm going to put another orange. But this time I'm going to thread both of the ends of string through this bead. So it should look something like this. I'm going to put another orange bead on one of the strings. And then I'm going to put a yellow bead on the other string. Now I'm going to put a yellow bead onto both strings at once. So we're going to keep going with this pattern. So now I'm going to go yellow on one string, green on the next string, then a green onto both strings at once, then a green bead on one string, and a blue bead on the next string. Then we're going to do a blue bead on both strings at once. How far have I gotten? How many rows is this? Then I'm going to do blue on one string, purple on the other. Very good. Then you want to sort of slide your beads onto the middle part of the string. And then sort of like tighten them up here. Okay. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Alright, it should look somewhat like this. You can twist it. We're going to twist it around during the next step to make sure that the lines are going the right way, but as you can see, we've succeeded in making the base. We just need to tie it off. So I use just a regular square knot, but I do like 3 of them. This can be kind of tricky. Just make sure you're tugging it after you tie 2 knots, so go ahead and give it like a little tug. But like not too hard or it will break and hit you on the hands and explode everywhere. This has happened to me many a time. So now I've got 3 square knots on there. Our base is ready to go. And we're going to build the length of the tie coming out of this. We're gonna work with one of the strings that's coming out. And we're just gonna flop the other one to the side out of the way. We'll use it in a minute. Alrighty. So, we're gonna stick the string through one of the beads that's right next to the knot. Okay. Boop. And then let me see. We're going to need a purple bead here for a purple diagonal stripe. As you can see, my blue is kind of going like that, so I need to rotate this to where it looks like that now. And now I've placed on my purple bead, and I'm going to thread the string through the next bead that's popping out there. This blue sparkly one, and pull it through. And so now we have a purple bead in the gap right there to start our purple stripe. Okay, next is a blue bead. So place on blue bead, and we're gonna stick it, the string, and we're gonna stick the string through this green sparkly bead here that's sticking out. Bam, just like that. Next is green. Put the bead on the string, thread your string through the next bead that's sticking out. And as you can see here, my orange is not, the stripe isn't going the right way, so I'm gonna have to flip these 2 as well. So we're gonna get a yellow bead, and then I'm gonna hold this and just twist those 2 beads to where they're going the right way. Bam. Oh. Sometimes they want to resist you and twist back how they were. Don't let them do that. Make them do your bidding. So this is what it should look like. Look at those diagonal stripes, baby. Alright, so now I'm gonna take my string here and I'm gonna put it through this blue bead here that's popping out on the top. Okay? So wait. Yes, that's what I'm doing. Whoop. And then I'm gonna turn around and place it through the purple bead right underneath it. So through this one and then through this one. Okay. Hey. Hey. Ah. So now, oh gosh, they're trying to rotate on me. So now, the string is coming out like that. Very cool. Okay, next is gonna be a pink bead. Alright, so I'm gonna place a pink bead onto that string. And then place the string through this next purple bead that's popping out. Next is a purple bead. Gonna put that bead on the string. And then place my string through this blue bead that's popping out here. Next is a blue bead. Okay. This is the tricky part, ladies and gentlemen. This is the tricky part, okay? So next is going to be a yellow bead. Now, got my bead floating there. See the string that's coming out of the orange bead? I'm going to take it and thread it through this bead that's hanging off here, going that way, so it'll keep it on. Bam. Now I'm going to go for a green bead. Alright, stick my string through this green bead that's popping out here. Then a blue bead. Then a purple bead. Then a pink bead. So whenever my strings are on opposite sides like this, I like to just give them a nice tighten by pulling on them. Just be careful, don't snap it. I've done that. But it keeps everything looking nice and tight and uniform. We're going to switch to the other string now. I'm going to go with green bead. Okay. Huh. These little tiny beads, I swear. Alright, then we're going to go for a blue bead. Then a purple bead. Then a pink bead. Ugh. Alright, let's see. The next stripe is going to be orange. Okay. So this is where it gets all floaty again, remember? So we're going to take the other string. I can't even pick it up off the table. And we're going to put that other string through this floaty bead, going the opposite direction. Bam! So it stays on there. Alright, we're going to go for orange bead. A pink bead. A purple bead. And a blue. Okay. Ah! Very good. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so it should look something like this. As you can see, it's coming along nicely. So this is a good base to make the tie. Okie dokie, you can make your tie as long as you want, but I think mine, I built this part 35 beads long on this edge here. So go ahead and just keep going with this until the tie is as long as you want it. And then we'll get to the next step. So now my tie is as long as I want it. So my original tie I made was 40 beads long on the side, so I went ahead and made this one 40 beads long. It's a long boy. Yours doesn't have to be this long, unless you want it to be. Long boy. Okay, now we're going to make the pointed tip now. Okay, here we go. Alright, it should look something like this. Strings are going to be on opposite sides. Okay. Now, take one of your strings. Do not add a bead. Do not add a bead. Put your string through the next bead that's popping out. For me, it's this orange one here. Okay. Oh God. Bam. Just like that, baby. Just like that. Okay? Now I'm gonna add an orange bead. Boop. And then I'm gonna put my string through the next bead that's popping out, which is this pink one. Then I'm gonna add a pink bead. Then a purple bead. Okay. And then stop here. Do not add a bead. Stop here. Okay? Now take the other string. The one you weren't just using, the other one. Place it through the bead next to the one it's coming out of. So I'm going to go with this blue. It's coming out of the green bead. I'm going to put it through the blue bead. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to put it through the purple bead. Don't add a bead in this part. Do not add the bead. Just put it through. Bam. Okay, now I'm going to add a bead. I'm going to put a pink bead. Then orange bead. Okay. Now let's turn it around. Place the string through this orange one that's popping out here. Then I'm going to put an orange bead. This is the last one. I'm going to take this one, this other one here. Oh gosh. It's coming out of this blue bead. I'm going to place it through this purple bead. Okay. This is just to get the strings right next to each other so we can tie it off. So see, now my strings are coming out. See, one's coming out this pink one, one's coming out this purple one. They're right together. So now I'm going to give it 3 square knots. Check it out, y'all. Your tie should have a point now. Now, let's have some fun with the top. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cinch, let's turn it sideways, you might be able to see better. We're going to cinch it like this to give it like that tie shape. So you're going to need a small piece of string, just a few inches long. So I'm going to take this string, this is how I did it, count 6 beads down, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this purple one. I'm going to take this string and place it through that purple bead, like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Green. So I'm going to put the string through the green bead. Okay, so now it's like this. Maybe we need to zoom out a little. Okay. Now we're going to tie it in the middle like that, and it'll make it cinch. So give that a few square knots. Okay, so it should look like this. This is the back of the tie, and this is the front. Isn't it cool? Okay, but as you can see, it doesn't look like mine yet. Well, we're missing a piece. We've got to make this cover that I put over the cinched part to make it look like there's a knot on top, like another layer. So, what we've got to do is make another piece. Fun. But basically another piece that's just like the body of the tie, only it's 14 beads long. And then we're going to attach that to the outside, wrap it around it. You're going to need another real big piece of string. Gonna fold it in half. Now, gonna put, remember, one bead on each end. Gonna start with red. We're gonna go with red, then orange on the other end. Then put the two strings together and put an orange on both strings at the same time. Then an orange on one end and a yellow on the other end. Then a yellow on both ends at once. Then yellow on one and green on the other. Then green. Then, oh, I dropped it. Green on one, blue on the other. Then blue on both. Then blue on one and purple on the other. Slide them towards the middle of the string. Okay. So it should look something like this, and you should have be able to count 9 rows across. Okay, then tie that off once you got that going. Okay. So, I will take one of my strings and put it through my purple bead. Then I'm going to add a purple bead here. Place my string through the blue bead that's sticking out. Whoa. Right, then we're going to add a blue bead. I'm going to give this a little turn here because it's not going the right way. Here we go. Place my string through the green bead that's sticking out. Then next add a green bead. Stick it through the next one that's sticking out. Then we're going to add a yellow. Yeah. See, now I've got to rotate this one too. It's not going the right way. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Now to get the other one, I'm going to place it through this blue bead that's on the edge here. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it around and place it through the purple bead that's right on top of it. Okay, so now it's coming out of this purple bead on the edge. It's ready to go. I'm going to add a pink bead here. And place the string through the purple bead that's sticking out. Add a purple bead. Add a blue bead. Whoop. Now a green. And now a yellow. And see, this is our floaty bead, so you need to grab your other string and place it through that bead, going the opposite direction. So that way it stays on. Alright, let's go ahead and fill all the gaps going that way. Alright, and then whenever my strings are on opposite sides, remember I like to just tighten it and make sure everything's nice and uniform. I'm going to go back to the other side and fill all these gaps. And remember, when you get to the edge and you have this floaty bead, you gotta take your other string and place it through that bead, going the opposite direction. That way it gets held on. So now you want to keep doing this until you build it to be 14 beads long on this edge here. So now I have a piece that is 14 beads long. See, I've got a floater out here. I wanted to end with my 2 strings on the same side this time and then just tie it off, since we're not making a point on this part. So we'll tie that off. So there's that piece that's going to cover the cinched part. Now I gotta get this thing on there somehow. So let's get a little piece of string and get this piece. So you want to put your string underneath the tie, and you've got the tie laying with the back side up. The 2 beads that you tied together earlier here, you're going to want to put your string through them, pointing upwards. So the side through this green one, and then taking the other side and put it through the purple one. So now my string is wrapped around the front and then comes through these 2 beads right here. Okay. Then take your other piece and stick it underneath. Alright. Get your string ends on their corresponding sides. So then you take the end and you're going to place it through one of the beads on the edge here. The 3rd one down. So 1, 2, 3, this green one. Like that. And now do the same thing with the other string on the other side. And now, tie the 2 ends together. And that is going to attach your front piece on. Hefty. Alright, so now that thing's attached. That's pretty good. But now I want to close this. So I'm going to take another small piece of string and place one end through this one and one end through this one, and just sort of cinch up that little flap. Alright, so now my flap is closed, so that's nice. Now what I want to do is flip it over, and I want to secure it on the front too so that it doesn't do this. Alright, so you want to find the middle two beads on the front and the middle bead on this part that's right where you want it to lay. Alright, so I'm going to place my string through this yellow bead, which is in the middle of the front of my tie. Like that. And then I'm going to place the string through this blue and this purple that are on the edge here. There we go. And I'm going to tie that. This way the front of the tie isn't going to flop around everywhere. Or slide around, I suppose. Alright. No more sliding action, that's good. Okay, we're almost done. Now we just need to add the ribbon. I would go with 2 arm lengths. So now we're going to lace this ribbon onto the tie. We're going to start with these 2 middle beads here. On the outside piece that you tied on. So I'm just going to place my string through here. And I'm going to take the other end and put it on the other one. There we go. Because I want them to be even, so I'm going to put the 2 ends together like this and pull it. Then pick a side, any side, and start lacing it through the beads on the edge all the way till you get to the top. So then your ribbon should be sticking out the top like that, and then you go and do the other side the same way. So now it should look like that. Now we're going to add some beads onto the ribbon on each side. So just add 21 beads onto each ribbon. So once you've got 21 beads on one of your ribbons, we're going to want to tie a little knot right here so that the beads don't fall off. So I do, I don't know what this knot is called, but I call it a balloon knot, where you just make a loop and then pull the string through the loop. And I try to like push it as close to the beads as possible so it holds them in place. And this one I'm going to have to tie 2 knots to make the knot big enough to stop the beads from coming off. And it can be a little tricky to get the knot to go right on top of the other one, so don't worry if, you know, you have to try a few times. But I'll try to wrap the new knot right around the first knot I did. And now I think it's big enough to keep the beads from falling off. Now I'm going to go all the way to the end of the ribbon and tie another knot as close to the end of the ribbon as possible, just to give it sort of a cleaner look. And then I cut off the very end, whatever comes after the knot. There we go, so we don't just have like a frayed ribbon sticking out. And now we're gonna do the other side. So I got all my beads on this one now. I'm gonna tie a knot on this ribbon now, just above the beads. And then tie another one on top of it. And then tie a knot on the end. Alright, and this end has actually been heated and melted at the tip in the factory, so I'm not going to cut this one off because it already looks good. You could hypothetically burn the ends with a lighter to keep it from fraying, but let's just say I'm not going to endorse that method because it is a little dangerous. Now your tie is done. You just tie this ribbon around your neck, bam. Did you make it to the end of this video? I think you deserve a prize. I'm giving away this tie. Just comment if you want to win it. And then in 2 weeks after I post the video, I'm just gonna reply to the winner in the comment section. It's gonna pick someone random. Yeah, so ask me if you need any help. Of course, suggestions for future videos are super welcome. Thanks again for bringing me back from the underworld. By the way, for those of you who don't really do Instagram or Facebook, I do have an email if you need to reach me. Plus, I always want your candy pictures. Please, candy pictures. It's the same as my username on here. It's vickyscandyshop@gmail.com. Yes, email me. Like this video if you like this video. Oh, my pushing fell. Oh. Also, here's a dog. Until next time, peace, love, unity, and respect.